Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of the Full Out Cheer podcast. I'm Danielle Johnston, and I am your host for this episode. Guys, I'm one of the owners of Next Generation Gym Owners, as well as one of the owners of Twister Sports. So if you've never heard of those, well, you may not have heard of Twisters. We're a gym in the middle of Missouri. We offer competitive tumbling, cheerleading, dance, ninja warrior, gymnastics, licensed childcare program, batting cages, all the things. In fact, we also host birthday parties. So in just a minute, I'm going to get into that because that is what today's episode is all about. On top of that, I'm one of the owners of Next Generation Gym Owners. Next Gen is here to help gym owners grow your gyms, systemize your business, build a solid budget that you can feel confident walking into the gym every day that you know your ducks are in a row. So, guys, I am excited to be talking to you today about birthday parties because not only is this one of the things that we teach in Next Gen so that you guys can maximize your revenue potential in your gym and bring in new athletes or new potential athletes, but on top of that, this is something we have been running at our gyms since day one. Well, I say me. I've been running it at my gym since day one. So let me just give you a little bit of backstory. I am in a town of about 20,000 people. We opened our gym in 2013. However, I had been operating out of a community center for about 18 months to 2 years prior to that. When we decided to open our gym, I didn't really even think about birthday parties, to be honest. It hadn't crossed my mind. And we were able to start taking enrollments in, I think, February 1st, and we were going to be opening March 1st. We're in this small town, but there are things to do. There are a couple bowling alleys. There's tons of stuff, tons of really pretty parks and venues to host events and stuff like that. And so I just really hadn't thought about birthday parties. Most of my kids were just having a birthday party at home and that was it. Or we were at the bowling alley or roller skating or something like that. When we decided to open our gym, we started taking the enrollments February 1st in order to open March 1st. And I don't even think we got a week into taking enrollments. And I had someone call and say, "Do you host birthday parties?" And I was like, Yes, we do. Hold on. This was literally the conversation. I was at work and I worked for the Air Force, and I didn't do this intentionally, but I was so excited to be having this little red flip phone to answer because I knew that was people calling about the gym that I picked up my phone. I flipped it open and I was like, "Twister Sports, this is Danielle. How can I help you?" And somebody asked about birthday parties and they're like, "Do you host birthday parties?" I'm like, Yes, we do. What questions can I answer for you?" And I remember thinking, and of course I'm speaking quietly because do not recommend, don't answer the gym phone at work, but I was just excited. Okay. So I just remember thinking oh my gosh, I have no idea. This person wants to know the prices and they want to know all of this. And I am literally making stuff up because I have no clue, but yes, I want to book a birthday party. So I remember our original prices for birthday parties when we opened in 2013. We were charging $80 for a 2-hour birthday party at the gym. We had at the time, I think we had 9,000 square feet. And I'm not saying it was really laid out all that well. So I would say actual sufficient gym space was probably closer to 6,000. It was the back of an old Walmart, the employee and stocking area that had been converted into a gym. So we had 6 parking spaces. Yeah, I had no idea. I don't have a clue what we're going to do at birthday parties. And so I booked the first birthday party and $80 just sounded right. And so I'm like, "Yes, we'll do it for $80. They said, "Do you have a military discount?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh. Yes, our military rate is $75. I got off the phone. I booked the birthday party. I guess the easy part was I had no idea what I was doing, but I don't think it sounded that way. And so I immediately call Angie, who is my business partner at Twister still to this day. And she of course is at work, so she answers very similar to me. And I'm like, "So I just booked a birthday party." And she started laughing. She's like, "Great. What are we going to do at a birthday party?" I'm like, "I have no idea." And so anyway, all of that to say, if you are just now starting birthday parties, my goodness, the amount of information that is available out there for free is so wonderful. If you've never thought about hosting parties before, you absolutely should, because we've hosted as many as 250 birthday parties in a year. It has become one of our best revenue sources for the year. And it's a great way to utilize the space on the weekends when you maybe wouldn't be otherwise having classes or team practices. I want to make sure that you guys are just 1,000 times more prepared than I was, because if somebody calls and offers to do a birthday party at your gym or asks about it, you definitely want to make sure that you and the office manager or your front desk girl or whatever coach happens to answer the phone knows that you can offer birthday parties. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so you might be thinking to me right now, oh my gosh, it is so crazy in my gym. I barely even have time to listen to this podcast, or I'm listening to it while I'm vacuuming the gym or moving mats or working out or whatever, or in the car. And you might be thinking to yourself right now, like, woman, you're crazy. Why would I want to open the can of worms that is birthday parties at this moment in my gym? Because everything is so crazy with fall. But I'm here to tell you this is actually the greatest time to be planning for birthday parties, because once the weather starts turning cold, it's, not beautiful and 70 outside anymore. People are going to be interested in birthday parties, because when weather is unpredictable, nobody wants someone coming in with their muddy boots or raining boots into their living room and eating cake and getting frosting on the couch and like all of that. They want to be able to host a birthday party somewhere and leave the cleanup to somebody else. And when the party is over, they can go home and they can relax. And your gym is honestly the perfect place to do that, because your gym is fun. You probably have a tumble track or an air track. You probably have staff who know how to work with kids. Maybe you even have bounce houses or a trampoline or some cool stuff like that. Maybe even a gymnastics set of bars or a balance beam. If you have things in your gym, I promise you they are 10 times cooler than anything anybody has in their kitchen or basement or living room. And so your gym can honestly be a great place to host birthday parties. The benefit for you is not only that birthday parties can be incredibly profitable, but it can allow you to give your staff hours. We're going to get to staffing because I may have said that and you may have cringed a little, but you can get your staff some hours so that they can have opportunities to make more money while working in the gym. You can get new athletes in the door who have maybe never been part of your gym or even heard of your gym before. Maybe they're not even athletes. They're just little kids who are attending a birthday party. You can fill your email marketing lists. And guys, this is the perfect way to just get new people in the door. In fact, I would say it's probably better than any Facebook ad I have ever run. First off, we are going to talk today in this podcast about a couple of different options you can offer, whether you have bounce houses or no bounce houses, things you need to know when you're setting up your birthday parties, why now is the best time, which I kind of already told you, like do it now so that you're prepared by December, January. And also, like, October is a huge month for us for birthday parties. And I'm also going to talk to you just a little bit about staffing for your birthday parties. So the cool part about this is I've taught this class many, many times at conferences before, and it's always a big hit, and you guys are getting it for free right here. Okay, so birthday parties have a high margin of profit. They are typically low effort revenue. You're going to see when we talk about the budgeting side, you're going to see that you've got facility maintenance that like factors into the budget here, because ultimately kids are going to spill ice cream or like blue cake frosting onto the floors. You're going to have to pay to get your carpet shampooed. You're going to have to put up more safety signs. You're going to have to staff this. Like, there are going to be budgetary things you have to think about. And bounce houses do cost more when it comes to liability insurance. But ultimately, they still are fairly low effort, low maintenance for the profit margin that they produce. If you're thinking, like, cool if I run birthday parties, but like my focus is All-Star. I love that for you. I love All-Star. Here's what I love. When I can host birthday parties for a really high profit margin or for a really fantastic experience for these people, my All-Star kids get to share in the things that they love with their friends. When I can host parties that have a high profit margin, I don't have to raise my all-star tuition every year. I don't have to raise it as high every year, right? Because it's what is the overall profit margin of the gym? Is each program profitable? And so I tell my people all the time, buy your t-shirts with us, buy your subscription boxes through us, do your birthday parties with us, because the more things that I can do like that, the less your tuition has to increase every year. That's why birthday parties can be so fantastic for us. The downside is they can be a little bit of work to staff, and you might have an entirely all-star staff that is like not available, a couple Saturdays a month. They hate birthday parties and they don't understand why you might be making them run them. You have a couple of options here. First is like educate your staff. It's so great to be able to explain to your staff that every kid who is not currently part of our gym that comes in for a birthday party is a potential new athlete on your team. I have a coach right now. We have 10 on a novice team, and she's like, every week her like little closeout form for me just says, just want more athletes. Good job, girl. You go coach some rec classes, go work some birthday parties. Like, I'll do what I can on my end, but those are a couple things you can do to recruit more kids for your team. These are opportunities for your staff as well. In addition, I've got some staff who like to have the extra hours right before Christmas. They want to make some extra money. Maybe they got a flat tire on their car and had to spend money that was going to be used for rent. Well, now they can pick up some birthday parties. So like it offers the same option for them to make some extra money as it would if they worked anywhere else where they can just pick up a shift or pick up some extra hours. If you have all-star staff who are just super not interested, number one, give them the big picture. Tell them how they can help recruit more athletes to do things they love to do, such as have large teams. Also, maybe you need to hire other people. Maybe you need a birthday party host who can teach preschool tumbling during the week and host birthday parties on the weekends, and they become the expert at this. Also, look at your staffing. Like, not all of my staff goes to competitions. In fact, I have a lot of staff who are recreational tumbling coaches, and they are not competition coaches. And so they don't attend our hip hop competitions or our cheer competitions or our tumbling competitions. And so they are still available on Saturdays, so they can pick up extra money that way, the same way the competitive coaches are picking up extra money by working those competitions. So maybe you're wondering, like, what the heck are we going to do at a birthday party? Because I don't have bounce houses. Like, that's the harder question to answer. If you have bounce houses, easy answer. Put up those bounce houses, throw out a whole bunch of beach balls, play some music, have fun. If you don't have that, that's okay. We did after I booked that birthday party back in 2013. I was like, oh my gosh, let's go look and see how much it is to run, to get bounce houses. And like, here's the problem with charging $80. I looked at the price of bounce houses and I was like, I just have to run 100 birthday parties to break even. And so if like now these days, when I say high profit margin, I know that what factors into there is that a portion of that profit absolutely has to be reinvested into keeping your equipment in good shape. We did a boot camp obstacle course and it was about $20,000. We had to buy a new one about 7 or 8 years later. And thank goodness we had run so many parties and they had a good profit margin so that we could invest, so that we weren't having this rundown piece of equipment that we were using for every party. So if you're wondering, okay, I don't have bounce houses, what should we be doing during birthday parties? Go back to OG Twister birthday parties, okay? That's what I like to think of. It's the parties that we had at my facility or second facility back when we really didn't have a lot to do during parties. And I've helped a lot of Academy clients through like, okay, let's set up the curriculum for what your birthday party is going to look like and the lesson plan. Because you don't have bounce houses, what else can you do? If you guys want to hear something crazy, I even hosted virtual birthday parties during COVID where we did like crafts and special birthday things for the birthday girl and stuff like that. And they were literally birthday parties for little kids hosted on Zoom. If we can do birthday parties on Zoom, you can definitely do birthday parties in your gym without a bounce house. So some things I would recommend. 1, get a limbo stick. Like get a noodle or like some sort of thing that you can do the limbo with kids. Play the floor is lava. Get a giant parachute. Get those like roller things that like kids can sit on and do races that have like, it's like a square and it's got handles on it and it's got 4 wheels. set up an obstacle course, play capture the flag. Like there's so many things you could do at birthday parties, and you could even theme those things so that at this birthday party, here's the course of games and events that we play. And at this themed party, these are the kind of games and events we play. Use Pinterest and ChatGPT as your guide for figuring out like, what are the things, here's all the equipment that I have. What kind of games could I play at a birthday party? And then you get your highest energy coach who loves kids and have them be the party host. In fact, our ninja coach is the one that we hear so many great things about because he goes out and he plays with the kids and he makes sure that whether you had 5 kids attend or 50, like you had a great birthday. Other things that make this worth it. My staff will actually help bring in all of the stuff. So as the party host is like bringing in their cooler with drinks or their pizzas, like my staff will go to them and say, can I help you bring those things in? So the party host isn't having to go through that little bit of friction, that little bit of frustration. If they have a 5-year-old, like, you know, the kid isn't dropping cases of soda and stuff like that. At my gym, we offer very little in the way of food. I want to be able to control the controllables. And one thing that, at least in my area, I've never been able to partner with a really solid pizza place where I can say, order through me, we'll have it all taken care of. Delivery is included, tip is included, don't worry about anything else. And so we do, you know, we can give, here's all the places that deliver to the gym. We give those to party hosts if they ask about pizza. But for the most part, like you don't order through me because I want to make sure if that pizza never shows up, that is not on Twisters. So make sure that you only do things that you can control. But things you can control is, you know, as the party is kind of rounding up and ending, like your staff is going out and they're grabbing the trash and they're putting it away and they're cleaning up tables. And the party host can just sort of like enjoy that time with her guests. And by her, I mean the mom. Because guys, I'm a mom. If you're a mom listening to this, you know, the idea that you are going to host a birthday party at your home with, you know, 15 or 20 or more kids can be truly exhausting. The prep time to the cleanup time to actually even the execution of the party itself can be exhausting. So if you can put it in the hands of somebody else who knows how to entertain kids, who's going to help with the setup and help with the cleanup, and all you have to do is pay your bill and leave, like you're going to enjoy that party so much more as a mom. So we do things to make sure that we are helping them along the way. If they bring a cake, we've got all the stuff ready for cutting a cake. One thing to think about, keep a lighter somewhere very like safe and put away in your gym. For like years, none of us smoked and people would need a lighter. We were like, oh, shoot, we need a lighter. We've got a knife for cutting cake, again, locked up in a separate room so kids could never access it. We don't provide the plates and napkins and stuff, but we do have some real cheap, like, you know, if the party host were to have 12 or she like forgot them at home, like we do have some backup ones. They're not themed or colored or anything. And you can go down that road if you've got lots of free time on your hands, but most gym owners need this to be easy. The last thing you want to do is get there and the host is like, oh, well, that's not the shade of purple I thought it would be. Any friction that you can eliminate on behalf of your gym is probably best. Guys, you have so many options for birthday parties, whether you have equipment or no equipment at all. A couple of tips for marketing. I know I've talked about a lot. Maybe you guys even wrote down notes. That would be pretty great if you did, because this is really like a session that I teach at conference. The only difference is we have some really great tools we give you as well in the academy. But yeah, okay, let's talk about how to book these birthday parties without having to scream like, book your party now. Although that's kind of similar too. A couple things. Make sure that your kids in your gym are very clear that you host birthday parties. Get posters, get them put up around the gym. Make sure that you are celebrating birthdays. If you have an athlete in class, make sure you guys are singing happy birthday to them or saying it or getting a sticker for your birthday party kids or your birthday kids, even if they're not hosting their party with you. Birthdays should be a big deal in your gym. If you want to host birthday parties successfully, you have to make them a big deal. Secondly, make sure that people in your gym strategically know about your birthday parties. We send an email to parents about 8 weeks out. We are starting to transition that to text message that they get 8 weeks out saying, hey, we know your birthday is coming up. We want to actually give you some info about our birthday parties. We'd love to chat more. Coincidentally, my daughter did tumbling at one of our academy gyms out in New Jersey when she was out there a couple summers ago. And I got a text message 2 days ago saying, hey, her birthday is coming up. We'd love to tell you more about our birthday party packages. Give us a call, right? And it's even better if you have a call to action link where they can click to go learn more about your parties on your website. The big thing with your current members, make sure they know, hey, we do birthday parties. And if you can strategically go to them and say, we know your birthday is coming up. Are you interested in more information about our parties? That's key. For those who are not members, you can run a Facebook ad and it absolutely can work. Remember that you're playing the long game. Like, you can't run a Facebook ad tomorrow and expect to book 5 birthday parties. 1 in every 12 people will maybe be interested in a birthday party because it's all about timing. I'm probably not going to book a party right now in the fall of 2025 for May of next year when my kid's birthday is. So, if I'm a parent and I see that ad and I click on it because I'm just interested, didn't know you host birthday parties, don't expect a super high return on that investment just yet. I had a birthday party ad that I ran on and off at my gym for about 2 years. I do believe that it boosted our birthday parties, but it wasn't an immediate result. It was definitely like, play the long game, continue reminding people that we do host birthday parties, and when their time comes along, they will see it or remember it and be able to book the party with us. Any way that you can get birthdays, like the birthday of a kid who is not in your gym, but maybe comes to an event, an open gym, anything like that, that then allows you to do the same kind of strategic, timely marketing to them, even if they're not a member of your gym. It just takes some processes and systems. We have some great ways at my gym that we automate this. We do teach these things in the Next Gen Academy. And I've had some people, I actually got a text message not too long ago from a member who said, I implemented the stuff you guys have taught regarding birthdays. She started implementing in October of last year. She said, I added $40,000 to my bottom line or my top line revenue in the past 10 months just doing birthday parties. I'm like, that's amazing. On top of that, she's exposing her gym, or she's exposing new kids to a whole bunch of new kids to her gym. So guys, so many great options. If you're thinking about it, you're like, it's too much work. It's too stressful. I'm too worried that a kid is going to get injured. Like, reach out to us, because if it's something you would like to do and there are logistics holding you back, like a coach might be the perfect way to just get through some of that troubleshooting. And if you're thinking like, well, then I have to pay for a coach and blah, blah, blah. Think about if you made $40,000 more next year because you were able to implement parties, or you were able to increase your amount of birthday parties. And that's just one thing you're going to work with the Next Gen coach on. So there are some really exciting things coming up in the fall. Next week, we're going to talk about rebranding, because as you may have seen, the Fireside Chat podcast has rebranded as the Full Out Cheer podcast. And I'm excited to share that information with you. We have kind of gone through a rebranding a couple times in the past 14 years, and I'm excited to tell you guys how we did it and how some of our Academy members have done it, because some of them have done it about 30 times better than I did, because we learned our lessons along the way and we're able to share that knowledge with them. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure you are part of our 2 Facebook groups so that you get notified when we have new episodes out. We have the Cheer Gym Owners Facebook group, and then we have Cheer Gym Owners and Coaches if you are an owner who loves to coach, or you just like all the coaching tips and knowledge as well. Also, make sure you head over to cheerbizaccelerator.com. The only thing better than listening to these podcasts and learning the information we have is to experience this information firsthand in one of our gyms. I am excited to be hosting the Cheer Biz Accelerator at my gym in January. You can come right here to the big city of Warrensburg, Missouri, and you can be in my gym for a couple of days, see the behind the scenes operations, and then we will take a deep dive into your gym and help you learn the best strategies for growth. We have another one coming up even before that in Portland, Oregon at Dan's gym in October. So head over to cheerbizaccelerator.com and see if you qualify. With that, you guys, thank you so much. And I will see you guys on the next episode of the Full Out Cheer podcast.